the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the carry, it's Muhammad. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
82, 82.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Shorty. Here we go. 180. On flag.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Scott trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one goes for 24 yards.
Watch him now, Barney.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Lauletta looking for a 1st down throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more there and another 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Barkley already showing the ability to transform this giant running game as they come up here on first down. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now is Wentz. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That will cost him.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Gun!
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
A 3rd field goal of the first half. Not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Set! 3-19!
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will make our score 9-0. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a let.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On first down, Scott. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Come on now, let's go. Hey, empty. You're done.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Great 15, great 15.
On play action, it's Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's Lauletta after the interception. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Detroit! Over!
Following the fumble recovery, Lauletta. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gone!
From the gun on third down, Lauletta. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wins to throw on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyreek Hill, 79 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
On 1st down, it's Lauletta. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Detroit!
Lauletta. And he fires one incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lauletta now to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Leopard! Detroit! Leopard!
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now here's Lauletta. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Detroit! 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 51
On first down, Lauletta. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Here's Lauletta. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Chris Long. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
They'll run on first down. Scott. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Going long here for Wallace. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure If something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here's Lauletta. And he finds a man with a crossing route. There goes Sterling Shepard. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Lauletta to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Lauletta. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And now out come the Giants. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick: make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as he'll play in the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Giants on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Lauletta on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now Stewart on 1st down and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The corner Ronald Darby comes up to get him. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Back to throw, Lauletta. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. That's caught right side by Anderson. And down inside the 15 he goes. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Over.
They'll go to Barkley again. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Watch it now, Barney.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker. They're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. the carry. This is Scott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Wentz. Flushed out right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, here's Wentz. He throws, and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They hand off to their big tight end, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Richard Rodgers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A handoff to Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Laletta. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Chris Long in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Sproles. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run with Scott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
Finding some room at midfield. Oh, now he bowls him over. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Adams, and an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it here with Adams. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Down right around the 25. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go again with Muhammad. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Lauletta looking for a first down throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Long in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Watch him now, Barney.
Lauletta, he'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jordan Hicks in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Play action. Now Wentz. And going deep for Hill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Lauletta on first down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Chris Long in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, 79 yards. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Go. 81. Go. 80.
Working from the gun. Wentz got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. The Eagles led the NFL going 6 of 9 in the regular season on 2-point tries last year. Of course, they had another big one in the Super Bowl, and they're going for 2 here. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined it.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Coming off play action, Lauletta. Now he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Giants on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gun! Detroit!
Lauletta. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time on 4th down for Lauletta. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lauletta. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Back to the air, Lauletta on second down. And that'll be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
Again, Lauletta. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Scott. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that's the way to start a drive, and that's the way to continue a drive. Back-to-back, nice chunk plays. And if you're the offensive coordinator in your chess match with the defensive guy, you're thinking maybe you put him in a spot where he's got to load up against the run because that last one was a really nice play. What are you going to do now? Do you go ahead and play into it, continue to run the ball, play action, try and hit him over the top? You've got to feel like you have the advantage.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, They had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of